In the vast expanse of the cosmos, where stars burned with ancient wisdom and planets danced to the rhythm of celestial eternity, there existed a species whose potential defied all calculations: humanity. For millennia, the galaxy had thrived under the rule of advanced civilizations, empires built on principles of peace, logic, and unshakable order. These galactic powers viewed Earth as a backwater, an insignificant speck in the great cosmic tapestry. Humans, with their fragile bodies and finite lifespans, were dismissed as little more than curiosities, interesting, perhaps, but inconsequential. They were wrong. The first tremors of change came quietly, almost imperceptibly. Humanity's early ventures into space were met with bemusement by the great galactic powers. The advanced civilizations watched with detached interest as humans built their primitive rockets and launched themselves into the void. Their technology was laughably crude, their understanding of the universe embarrassingly naive. And yet, there was something unsettling about their persistence, their unyielding drive to push forward despite every obstacle. At first, the universe underestimated them. When humans faced failure, they rebuilt. When they were struck down, they rose again. For every disaster that should have extinguished their ambition, they only burned brighter. The galaxy's oldest species whispered among themselves, questioning this strange phenomenon. Why would such a short-lived race dare to challenge the stars? Why did they keep going when logic dictated they should fail? The answer was both simple and profound: humans were not bound by logic. By the time humanity's presence was truly noticed, it was already too late. Earth had become a hub of innovation and resilience, producing technologies that defied the laws of physics as the galaxy understood them. Wormhole travel, thought to be a theoretical impossibility, became humanity's preferred mode of transportation. They transformed dead worlds into lush paradises, mined stars for energy, and harnessed the chaotic forces of black holes. But it wasn't just their technology that unnerved the galaxy. It was their audacity. Humans were not content to merely exist among the stars, they wanted to reshape them. While other species sought stability and preservation, humanity sought growth and transformation. They didn't just adapt to the universe, they made the universe adapt to them. The turning point came during the Battle of Zirith Prime. The Zerathians, an ancient and highly advanced species, had long served as the galaxy's self-proclaimed guardians. When humanity began expanding into territories the Zerathians considered sacred, a confrontation became inevitable. The Zerathians warned humanity to stop, to respect the ancient boundaries drawn by civilizations far older and wiser. Humanity's answer was simple: no. The Battle of Zirith Prime was unlike anything the galaxy had ever witnessed. The Zerathians deployed fleets that could blot out suns, weapons capable of tearing apart planets. By all accounts, humanity should have been annihilated. And yet, when the dust settled, it was the Zerathians who surrendered. Humanity's unorthodox tactics, their refusal to fight by the rules of galactic warfare, had turned the tide. The galaxy was in shock. How could such a young, insignificant species topple one of its greatest powers? The answer lay not just in humanity's technology, but in their spirit. Humans didn't fight for survival, they fought to thrive. They didn't conquer out of malice, they did it to carve out their place in the universe. After Zirith Prime, the galaxy could no longer ignore humanity. Some feared them, calling them a plague that would consume the stars. Others admired them, seeing in them a spark of something the galaxy had long forgotten: the will to dream, to change, to grow. But humanity was just getting started. They didn't stop at reshaping their corner of the galaxy. They began experimenting with the very fabric of reality, pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Planets were no longer bound to their stars, entire solar systems were reorganized to suit humanity's needs. Gravity itself became a tool, manipulated to create structures that defied comprehension. The old powers of the galaxy could only watch as humanity rewrote the rules of existence. Their once stable universe was now in flux, transformed by the relentless drive of a species that refused to accept limits. And so, humanity turned the universe upside down, not out of malice, but out of necessity. For in their hearts, they carried a truth that no other species had dared to embrace: the universe was not a cage to be endured, but a canvas to be painted. The story of how humanity came to reshape the stars is not one of conquest or domination. It is a story of resilience, of courage, of the unyielding belief that the future could always be brighter. And it is a story that begins, as all great stories do, with a single spark, a moment when humanity looked at the universe and said, "We can do better." Little did they know, their journey was just the beginning. The galaxy reeled from the shock of humanity's audacity. After the Battle of Zirith Prime, the old empires could no longer ignore the small, seemingly fragile species from the third planet of a nondescript star system. The ancient civilizations of the Galactic Council, once confident in their eternal dominion, now found themselves questioning everything. For eons, they had relied on the wisdom of their ancestors, the stability of their laws, and the unshakable order they had established. Progress, to them, was incremental, small, safe steps taken only after millennia of debate and deliberation. But humanity was different. They didn't wait for permission, nor did they seek approval. They acted with a reckless determination that was as terrifying as it was inspiring. After Zirith Prime, humanity set its sights on the unthinkable, the Great Void. The Great Void was a region of space that even the most advanced civilizations feared. It was a place of absolute darkness, devoid of stars, planets, or even the faintest traces of matter. The Galactic Council had long declared it a forbidden zone, a place where exploration was not just discouraged but outlawed. Legend spoke of ancient terrors lurking within the void, remnants of a time before the galaxy was born. But where others saw fear, humanity saw opportunity. Earth's brightest minds gathered to solve the impossible: how to harness the emptiness of the void. To the Galactic Council, the idea was madness. To humanity, it was destiny. For years, they worked in secret, building ships that could withstand the crushing emptiness, developing energy sources that could thrive in a place where even light refused to exist. The project was called Erebus, named after the primordial god of darkness in ancient Earth mythology. When the first Erebus fleet launched, the galaxy watched with a mixture of dread and fascination. The ships disappeared into the void, their fates unknown. Weeks turned into months, and then into years, with no word from the human explorers. The Galactic Council declared the project a failure, a testament to humanity's hubris. And then, one day, the void lit up. It began as a faint glow on the edges of the Forbidden Zone, a shimmer that grew brighter with each passing moment. The galaxy's most advanced sensors struggled to comprehend what they were seeing. The void, a place of eternal darkness, was alive with light and energy. When the first human message was broadcast across the galaxy, it was simple yet profound. "We have found the heart of the void. It is not empty, it is full of potential." Humanity had done the impossible. They had turned the Great Void into a source of power, a vast reservoir of energy that dwarfed even the mightiest stars. Using technology no one else could understand, they had tapped into the latent energies of the void, creating a new kind of resource that could fuel entire civilizations for millennia. The Galactic Council was furious. They accused humanity of recklessness, of playing with forces they couldn't possibly comprehend. But humanity had no intention of stopping. They had found the key to the galaxy's future, and they weren't about to let it slip away. The transformation of the void sent shockwaves through the galaxy. With their newfound energy, humanity began reshaping the stars themselves. Dead planets were revived, barren systems were turned into thriving ecosystems, and collapsing stars were stabilized and harnessed. The galaxy, once governed by the slow, methodical progress of ancient civilizations, was now in the grip of rapid, chaotic change. But not everyone welcomed this new era. The Drakari Dominion, one of the oldest and most powerful empires in the galaxy, saw humanity's rise as a direct threat to their way of life. The Dracari had built their empire on the principle of preservation. They believed that the natural order of the galaxy should never be disturbed. To them, humanity's actions were nothing short of blasphemy. It was the Dracari who declared the first intergalactic war against humanity. They called it the War of Preservation, a crusade to restore balance to the galaxy. Their fleets, vast and ancient, descended upon humanity's newly transformed systems with the fury of 1,000 suns. What they didn't anticipate was humanity's ingenuity. The war was unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. The Dracari relied on traditional tactics, deploying massive fleets and overwhelming firepower. Humanity, on the other hand, fought with unorthodox strategies that defied all logic. They used their mastery of the void to create weapons that could bend time and space, collapsing entire fleets in moments. They turned planets into fortresses, hiding armies beneath impenetrable shields of energy. But what truly set humanity apart was their willpower. The Dracari fought to preserve what they had, humanity fought for what they could become. Every defeat only made them stronger, every loss only fueled their determination. They adapted, evolved, and innovated faster than anyone could have imagined. The turning point came during the Siege of Irinder, a human-controlled system on the edge of Dracari space. The Dracari sent their largest fleet, confident that humanity's defenses would crumble. But humanity had a surprise waiting for them. The Erebus Array, a weapon powered by the energies of the void, was unveiled for the first time. It wasn't just a weapon, it was a statement. The array unleashed a pulse of energy that didn't just destroy the Dracari fleet, it rewrote the fabric of the system itself. Stars shifted, planets realigned, and the very laws of physics were altered. The message was clear: humanity was no longer bound by the old rules. The Dracari retreated, their empire shattered. The War of Preservation ended not with a treaty, but with an understanding. Humanity was not a force to be conquered or controlled. They were a force of nature, a whirlwind of change that could not be stopped. In the aftermath of the war, the galaxy began to change in ways no one could have predicted. Old empires crumbled, replaced by new alliances and coalitions. Humanity, once seen as a minor player on the galactic stage, became its central figure. Their technology, their spirit, and their vision reshaped the galaxy in ways that even they couldn't fully comprehend. And yet, for all their power, humanity remained humble in one regard: they knew they were still learning. The universe was vast, its mysteries endless. They had turned the galaxy upside down, but they understood that their journey was far from over. As humanity's leaders gathered on the newly transformed world of Zereth Prime, now a symbol of unity and hope, they looked to the stars with a single question. What's next? The answer, as always, lay in the unknown. The galaxy had been forever changed by humanity's rise, but its transformation was far from complete. The powers that had once dominated the stars now looked upon humanity with a mixture of fear, awe, and curiosity. Yet, in their relentless march forward, humanity discovered the true challenge was not the galaxy's ancient empires, nor the great void, it was the architects, the beings who had come before. For as humanity's technology delved deeper into the fabric of existence, they began uncovering traces of an older power. In the ruins of distant planets and the forgotten depths of the void, evidence pointed to a species so advanced they had transcended physical form. These were the architects, the legendary builders of the galactic framework itself. The Council had always whispered of their existence, but even the oldest species dismissed them as myth. But to humanity, myths were just untapped realities. The first direct evidence of the architects' existence came when humanity's Erebus scientists attempted to push their void energy experiments further. They discovered strange structures embedded in the fabric of spacetime itself, immense conduits that seemed to pulse with a faint, ancient energy. These conduits, later named lament gates, appeared to be remnants of an energy network so vast it stretched across galaxies. What was once humanity's greatest achievement, turning the void into a power source, was now revealed as a mere shadow of what the architects had done eons ago. Their void network had been a mechanism to maintain balance in the universe, but it had been dormant for untold millennia. In their hubris, humanity's experiments had reawakened it. And it was angry. The architect's return. At first, it began subtly. Stars began flickering out of existence. Entire systems were swallowed by darkness, leaving nothing but a cold emptiness in their wake. Ships reported strange anomalies near the lament gates, time dilation, gravitational waves that made no sense, and whispers in the void. Humanity, proud and unyielding, sent fleets to investigate, only for them to vanish without a trace. Then the architects revealed themselves. In the heart of the great void, an immense structure appeared, a shimmering lattice of energy and light that defied comprehension. It was not a ship, nor a station, but something far greater, a construct that seemed to bend reality itself. It was the core nexus, the central hub of the architect's ancient network, now active once more. Through this nexus, the architects spoke, their voices resonating in every human mind and across the galaxy. It was not a language but an overwhelming presence, a flood of thoughts, emotions, and images. The message was clear. You have disturbed the balance. You are unworthy of this power. For the first time in their history, humanity faltered. The architects were beyond anything they had ever faced, beings of pure energy and thought, their intelligence spanning dimensions humanity could not perceive. The Galactic Council, once humanity's enemies, now pleaded for restraint. They urged humanity to shut down the Erebus arrays and abandon their experiments with the void. But humanity was not one to back down, even against gods. The final stand. On Earth, now the symbolic heart of humanity's vast interstellar civilization, the brightest minds gathered to formulate a plan. To fight the architects on their terms was impossible. Their power was beyond reckoning. But humanity had one advantage, their ability to defy the odds, to think beyond the constraints of logic and tradition. The plan was audacious. Humanity would confront the architects by rewriting the void itself. Using the Erebus arrays and the energy conduits they had discovered, they would attempt to seize control of the ancient network. If successful, they could turn the void from a tool of destruction into a force of creation, bending the architect's own power to their will. But it would come at a cost. The energy required for such an operation would be immense, far beyond anything humanity had ever attempted. If they failed, the resulting collapse would annihilate not just humanity but a significant portion of the galaxy. The decision was unanimous. Humanity had never shied away from risk, and they wouldn't start now. Battle at the core nexus. The fleets of humanity gathered near the core nexus, accompanied by the combined forces of several allied civilizations. Ships bristling with experimental void technology formed a protective barrier around the Erebus array, which had been modified into a massive control node. As the nexus pulsed with ominous energy, the architects launched their counterattack. Their weapons were unlike anything the galaxy had ever seen. Beams of light that tore through space itself, erasing ships from existence without a trace. Fields of energy that caused time to fracture, trapping fleets in endless loops. Entire human battalions vanished, their fates unknown. But humanity fought back with everything they had. Void-powered cannons unleashed blasts that destabilized the Nexus's energy lattice, while swarms of drones overloaded its conduits. For every ship that was lost, another pushed forward, driven by the sheer force of human determination. The battle raged for days, each side unleashing powers that reshaped the battlefield itself. Planets were shattered, stars went supernova, and spacetime rippled like a storm-tossed ocean. In the midst of the chaos, a small team of human scientists and engineers managed to reach the heart of the Nexus. They carried with them the Infinity Core, a device designed to interface directly with the Void network. Their goal was simple yet impossible. To rewrite the Nexus's programming and turn its destructive power into a force of creation. The turning point. As the team worked, the architects appeared before them, not as beings of energy, but as visions of humanity's greatest fears and doubts. They whispered of failure, of the futility of humanity's efforts, of the inevitable collapse of all they had built. But humanity's greatest strength had always been its defiance. The team pressed on, even as the Nexus began to collapse around them. They uploaded the Infinity Core's programming, redirecting the void energy into a controlled flow. The Nexus screamed in protest, its lattice fracturing under the strain, but the new programming held. Outside, the galaxy held its breath as the Nexus began to transform. The destructive energy that had once threatened to consume the galaxy was now a beacon of light, radiating life and creation. Dead systems were reignited, barren worlds bloomed with life, and collapsing stars were reborn. The architect's presence faded, their final message echoing across the galaxy. You are more than we imagined. The balance is yours to keep. Do not fail. The aftermath. Humanity had done the impossible once again. They had not just survived the architects, they had inherited their legacy. The galaxy, once fragmented and stagnant, was now a place of infinite potential. The lament gates became conduits of creation, spreading life and energy to the darkest corners of the cosmos. The Galactic Council, humbled and inspired, declared humanity the new stewards of the galaxy. But humanity, ever forward-looking, refused to rest on their laurels. They had turned the universe upside down, but their journey was far from over. As the first human colony ships set out for the distant edges of the galaxy, carrying with them the seeds of new civilizations, one message echoed across the stars. This is only the beginning. The architects were gone, their presence fading like the last remnants of a forgotten dream. What they left behind was not destruction, but hope, a fragile, glowing ember handed to the very species they once sought to erase. Humanity had done the unimaginable. They had not merely survived the confrontation with beings of godlike power, they had taken their legacy and remade it into something new. The galaxy stood changed in every way. The stars seemed brighter, their light a reflection of the limitless potential that now coursed through the veins of creation. But for humanity, the end of this chapter marked the beginning of something far greater. They had turned the universe upside down, and now the task before them was to ensure it remained a place of balance, growth, and boundless possibility. The rebuilding of the galaxy. The transformation of the core nexus into a beacon of creation had far-reaching consequences. Across the galaxy, dormant worlds came alive with vibrant ecosystems, dead planets were terraformed into lush landscapes, and dying suns were stabilized. The ancient empires that had ruled for millennia found themselves in awe of humanity's newfound ability to wield the power of the void not as a weapon, but as a tool of creation. For the Galactic Council, the question of how to move forward was met with uncertainty. The old hierarchies that had once governed the stars were now obsolete. Humanity's mastery over the void and the lament gates made them the natural leaders of this new era, yet Earth's representatives were reluctant to assume absolute control. Instead, they proposed a new vision, a galaxy united not by power or domination, but by collaboration. The Celestial Accord was born out of this vision. A coalition of species, united under a shared goal of preserving balance and fostering innovation, replaced the outdated Galactic Council. The Accord's guiding principle was simple: the galaxy belonged to everyone, and its future would be written by all who called it home. Humanity, for all its power, did not seek to dominate but to guide, a stark contrast to the empires of old. A universe without limits. As the galaxy rebuilt itself, humanity turned its gaze beyond the known. The lament gates, now fully operational, became portals to regions of space that had never been explored. They led to galaxies untouched by sentient life, to dimensions where the laws of physics bent in unimaginable ways, and to the very edges of existence. Exploration once again became humanity's greatest endeavor. Entire fleets were sent through the gates, each one carrying explorers, scientists, and dreamers eager to chart the unknown. Some journeys led to new alliances, as humanity encountered species as curious and ambitious as themselves. Others uncovered remnants of the architects' forgotten creations, technological marvels that hinted at the infinite possibilities of the universe. But not all discoveries were peaceful. In the uncharted regions beyond the gates, humanity encountered dangers they could not have imagined, living anomalies that devoured entire systems, sentient starfields that waged war on anything that entered their domain, and echoes of the architects' old enemies, long thought to be myths. And yet, every challenge was met with the same unyielding spirit that had brought humanity this far. Where others saw obstacles, humanity saw opportunities. Each new discovery, no matter how dangerous, became a chance to learn, to adapt, and to grow. The legacy of the architects. For humanity, the legacy of the architects became a subject of both reverence and caution. Their creations, though awe-inspiring, served as a reminder of the dangers of unchecked power. The core nexus, now under humanity's stewardship, was treated with the utmost care. It was not a weapon, nor a tool to be exploited, it was a responsibility. Scientists and philosophers debated endlessly about the architects' true intentions. Why had they built the void network? Why had they disappeared? And, most hauntingly, why had they chosen humanity to inherit their power? The answers remained elusive, hidden within the vast tapestry of the universe's history. But for all their speculation, humanity understood one truth: they were no longer alone. The architect's parting words, "The balance is yours to keep," echoed in the minds of every leader, explorer, and thinker. It was a challenge, a reminder that the galaxy's newfound harmony was fragile and that humanity's actions would determine its fate. Earth, the cradle and the beacon. Amidst the vastness of the galaxy, Earth remained humanity's heart. Though its importance as a political and technological hub had diminished in the wake of humanity's expansion, it retained a symbolic significance that no other world could match. It was here that humanity's journey had begun, and it was here that the seeds of their future were planted. Earth became a sanctuary for knowledge and culture. The planet's skies were filled with monuments to the stars, each one commemorating humanity's journey from the humble beginnings of space exploration to their current role as stewards of the galaxy. The Great Void Monument, a massive structure visible from orbit, bore the names of every human and alien who had perished during the Battle of the Core Nexus, a testament to the sacrifices that had made this new era possible. But Earth was not just a place of reflection, it was a beacon of hope. Every year, representatives from across the galaxy gathered on its surface for the Celestial Summit, a celebration of unity and progress. It was a time to share discoveries, resolve conflicts, and reaffirm the ideals of the Celestial Accord. For humanity, it was a reminder that their greatest achievement was not their mastery of the void, but their ability to unite the galaxy. The next frontier. Even as the galaxy thrived, humanity's eyes remained fixed on the horizon. The core nexus, though stabilized, still held secrets that even humanity's brightest minds could not unravel. The lament gates led to regions of space so vast and strange that even humanity's boldest explorers hesitated to enter. And beyond the edges of the known universe, whispers of something greater called to them, a force older and more profound than even the architects. Humanity's leaders debated whether they should answer that call. Some argued that the galaxy's newfound peace was fragile, that humanity's focus should remain on maintaining the balance. Others, driven by the same spirit of exploration that had brought humanity this far, believed it was their destiny to continue pushing forward. In the end, the choice was clear. Humanity's greatest strength was not its technology, its resilience, or its ambition, it was its unyielding belief that the universe was a canvas waiting to be painted. The first fleet to venture beyond the galaxy's edge was named the Odyssey, a tribute to the journey that had begun centuries ago. Its crew was a mix of humans and aliens, united by a common purpose, to discover what lay beyond the stars. As the fleet passed through the final lament gate, its signal broadcast a single message to the galaxy. We are humanity. And our journey has just begun. A universe forever changed. The galaxy watched as the Odyssey disappeared into the unknown, its message lingering like a promise. Humanity had turned the universe upside down, but their greatest legacy was not the changes they had wrought, it was the hope they had inspired. For in the end, humanity's story was not one of conquest or domination. It was a story of resilience, of dreams, and of an unshakable belief in the infinite possibilities of the universe. And as the stars continued to shine, brighter than ever before, the galaxy knew one thing for certain. Centuries passed, and humanity's influence rippled across the cosmos. The lament gates became the arteries of the galaxy, binding together civilizations once separated by light years of emptiness. Planets that had been lifeless for millennia now thrived as cradles of life, and new species emerged, nurtured by the energy humanity had unleashed. The galaxy was no longer the fractured, stagnant place it had once been. It was alive, growing, and boundless. But even as the galaxy flourished, humanity's journey reached a turning point. The architect's legacy had granted them unparalleled power, yet it had also brought great responsibility. Their final words, "The balance is yours to keep," weighed heavily on every decision they made. It became clear that no species could wield such power forever without risking the same downfall that had consumed the architects. Humanity's leaders, philosophers, and scientists debated for decades. Could they continue to expand without limit? Would their ambition someday lead to the same hubris that had nearly destroyed the galaxy? These questions were not easily answered, but humanity had always thrived on bold decisions. The Great Choice. The answer came in the form of the Celestial Covenant, a decision that would shape the future of the galaxy for all time. Humanity announced that they would relinquish control over the Void Energy Network and the Core Nexus, sealing away the power they had unlocked. The lament gates would remain operational, but only as pathways for exploration and connection, not as tools for ultimate creation or destruction. To ensure the galaxy's safety, humanity's greatest scientists created a mechanism that would safeguard the core nexus for eternity. The ecliptic seal, an immense structure that encompassed the nexus, was designed to stabilize the void energy while locking it away from misuse. The seal would require no overseers, no governance, it would simply exist, a silent guardian of balance. Humanity's decision sent shockwaves across the galaxy. Many species feared that sealing away the power of the Nexus would slow progress, while others celebrated it as a wise and selfless act. But for humanity, it was a necessary step. They understood that their role was not to dominate or control, but to guide and nurture the galaxy toward a future where all species could thrive. The Last Voyage. With the core nexus sealed and the galaxy entering an era of harmony, humanity turned inward. Earth, now a quiet and peaceful world, became a place of reflection and remembrance. Humanity's brightest minds debated their next steps. They had reshaped the galaxy, explored its edges, and brought balance where there had been chaos. But their purpose now felt fulfilled. The final decision was made in a moment of clarity: humanity would leave. Not in the sense of abandoning the galaxy, but in seeking out a new horizon beyond the known universe. The architects had been right, balance was the key to everything. And balance required letting go. Humanity, with all its ambition and brilliance, had played its part in reshaping the galaxy. Now it was time for them to step back, leaving the universe in the hands of those who would come after. A great fleet was built, the Eternity Armada, carrying the last of humanity's explorers, scientists, and dreamers. Their destination was not a specific star or galaxy, but the unknown. They sought answers to the universe's deepest mysteries, truths that could only be found beyond the edges of existence itself. A legacy of hope. As the Eternity Armada prepared to depart, a final message was broadcast across the galaxy. It was a simple, heartfelt statement, written collectively by humanity's leaders. We have walked among the stars, and we have seen the endless possibilities that exist within them. This galaxy is your home, just as it was ours. Protect it, cherish it, and never stop seeking the unknown. The universe is vast, and its story is far from over. We are humanity, and our part in this tale has reached its end. But the stars are yours now. Write your own future. The fleet left through the largest of the lament gates, its energy blazing like a comet as it disappeared into the void. And just like that, humanity was gone, not in death, but in purpose. They had chosen to leave behind a galaxy that no longer needed them, trusting in the civilizations they had inspired to carry forward the ideals of unity, balance, and discovery. Epilogue: A galaxy renewed. In the centuries that followed, the galaxy flourished. Species that had once warred with one another now cooperated in ways previously unimaginable. The celestial accord grew stronger, with new members joining its ranks every year. The lessons humanity had left behind became the foundation of a new age, one where the pursuit of knowledge and harmony guided every action. The core nexus, encased within the ecliptic seal, remained a silent monument to humanity's legacy. Though its energy no longer flowed freely, its presence was a reminder of the power that had reshaped the galaxy. The seal itself became a pilgrimage site, a place where beings from across the stars came to reflect on the choices that had brought them peace. And as the galaxy thrived, distant whispers occasionally echoed from the farthest reaches of space, messages from the Eternity Armada, faint and fragmented. They spoke of wonders beyond imagination, of dimensions where time and space were meaningless, of a universe so vast that it made the known galaxy feel like a grain of sand. Humanity's journey continued, not as conquerors, but as explorers, forever seeking the infinite. In the end, humanity's story was not one of domination or power. It was a story of hope, resilience, and the unyielding belief that even in the face of insurmountable odds, the universe could be shaped into something greater. And so, the galaxy moved forward, forever changed by the species that had dared to turn it upside down, and in doing so, left behind a universe filled with light, balance, and endless possibility. The balance was in good hands.